DeVonta Smith has turned himself into from recruit to hero of a national championship game, and now to superstar, to possibly the best player in college football, and that will be decided by the Heisman voters, but certainly electric. The workload on him increased when Jaylen Waddle, of course, left the game against Tennessee a number of weeks back. We didn't know how that would impact the Alabama receiving core and the passing effectiveness. It doesn't seem to have done much to it. Just DeVonta Smith has just exploded even more, but certainly it would be tremendous to have Jaylen Waddle back in the lineup for Notre Dame and Clemson and or Ohio State. So your thoughts about Jaylen Waddle, because there are hopes out there that he might make an appearance back here in 2021.
Well, first of all, I'll say this. If Jaylen Waddle is able to make a return, you might as well go ahead and mail that trophy to Tuscaloosa. I mean, we're talking about a guy here that is nearly unguardable. You can't defend him at times, and it's just crazy, the athletic ability that he has and the ability to stretch the field. It's definitely something Alabama has missed since he went down, but Steve Sarkisian, being the brilliant offensive coordinator that he is, has done a tremendous job making up for that lost production. We've seen guys like Jaleel Billingsley step up in a very, very big way. Sophomore tight end Jaleel Billingsley has kind of been that guy that shared that extra work with Smitty since Waddles went down. And I think that if we are able to have Jaylen Waddle back, it would just almost be completely unfair at this point for the rest of college football.
Jaylen Waddle in limited time, 25 catches, 4 touchdowns, the number that pops out to everyone, 22.3 yards per catch. So you rarely see that figure anywhere in college football. And then amplify that because he's doing that against the SEC and all SEC schedule. I would love for anybody out there to find us a figure on a wide receiver catching for 22 yards per reception in the SEC. I'm not saying it's never happened, but to my recollection, that's an unreal number.
Absolutely. And that's credit to Jaylen Waddle, but also a unit that's not getting a lot of talk that needs to be talked about is this offensive line for Alabama. They're giving Mac Jones time to stand back in that pocket, survey the field, and Mac's done a really good job this year of taking what the defense has given him. And I think that offensive line is really key when you're talking about the production that Jaylen had. Having a clean pocket for Mac Jones is a dangerous necessity, and Alabama has been able to do that.
You're talking our talk there, Ricky. We like to highlight the offensive line. They don't get nearly enough credit. In my estimation, it's the most important unit on the field, requires the most chemistry, the most cohesiveness. Those players have to be versatile. You're mixing up guards and tackles. A lot of those guys have to step up and play multiple positions because of injuries and rotation. And it's what's asked of those guys is phenomenal. That being the case, you lose one of the best at center for the national championship. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. For the college football playoff against Notre Dame, lose one of the very best.
Yeah, it hurts anytime you lose a guy like Landon Dickerson. He's not just the center on this offensive line. He is the anchor, the guy that was responsible for all the communication, calling the protections, making the adjustments that are necessary. He was kind of the heartbeat of this offensive line. And I believe that Chris Owens, senior offensive lineman, we saw him fill in for Evan Neal at right tackle a couple of weeks ago, will be the guy that steps into that center spot and really tries to hold it together in Landon's absence. He and Landon are very, very close, and I believe that Owens will do everything in his power to make Landon proud and to hold that spot down as Alabama sets its eyes towards another national championship.